What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we are going to be talking about Forex scalping. Is it quick profits or is it big risk? Which one is it? So as always, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, comment below on what you think, and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are interested in using the same broker as me, you get a matching deposit bonus if you click my link below this video, which means if you deposit $500, they'll give you a matching $500. So with that being said, let's dive into this video. So Forex scalping, it sounds fast, exciting, potentially profitable, but is it actually worth it? So I'm going to be breaking down what is scalping, the pros, the risk, and how to decide if it's the right style of trading for you with your journey. So let's get into this, shall we? So the very first thing, guys, is what is Forex scalping, right? It's obviously a fast-paced trading strategy where you take multiple positions throughout the day through a trading session, and sometimes dozens. It could be anywhere from 5 to 50 trades in a day. The ultimate goal is to capitalize on small price movements, just a few pips, and just stack up those micro profits. Now, scalping is done on a lower time frame. You would only do this like on a 1-minute chart, and trades can last anywhere from seconds to just a few minutes. You're not in these trades very long, which is why you're basically taking like a 1-minute chart. So you're basically getting in the trade, and if it pops, you're instantly selling, right? You're closing out the trade. And some people can't understand the concept of that. They're like, well, if I'm buying and it goes up, why am I going to sell it right away? Because at the end of the day, you don't know where the trade's going to go, right? Nobody knows, right? Trading is about anticipating past performance, right? Past trade, okay? Before it entered, before we went from here to here, right? So we're obviously looking for that. But when you're taking a trade, you're obviously watching the candle, the price movement. And sometimes, like I said, there's no right or wrong way to trade. You just have to figure out which style of trading is for you. There's guys I know that use a 4-hour chart. So they'll enter a trade, and then they'll be in this trade for a couple of days, and then 2-3 days later, they're putting up anywhere from 10 to basically $50,000 in profit. Do I want to be in a trade for that long? No. I think it boils down to what kind of trader you are. And if you want to be in, I don't like being in open positions for very long. So my style of trading is, mine's kind of like a little bit of a hybrid of scalping and then holding. So like I use a 15-minute chart, and every day with US 30 or NAS 100, I'm basically in a trade for less than 15 minutes. But the 15-minute chart obviously gives me, a cleaner chart standpoint to where I'm looking to buy, where I'm looking to sell. But if I feel that, if I'm not feeling the market, then I'll basically switch to like a 1-minute chart, and then just just basically focus on scalping and scalping only. So one of the benefits of scalping, right? I want to talk about the benefits of scalping, is that it's something that, about the upside, right? Now, scalping can deliver obviously quick profits during volatile market conditions, less exposure to overnight risk, since you're in and out very fast, okay? And with scalping, there's multiple opportunities a day, right? It's great for active traders, and over time, it obviously helps build confidence as you learn to manage, risk on a small, smaller scale. So for traders who love speed and structure, scalping can be extremely rewarding. I know a lot of traders, and I know a lot of people that actually still trade penny stocks, small cap stocks, and they're scalpers. And they're basically taking huge positions. I mean, they're taking like 5 to 20,000 shares, and they're looking for 10, 20, 30 cent moves. And you'd be surprised on how fast those profits just add up. And they crush it day in and day out. So people like to shit on scalpers. But scalpers, in my opinion, when you start off like scalping, you basically build up like the best risk management, and you have to, because if just as quick you get in the trade, if you can't get out of the trade, right? If you don't get out of the trade that fast, then basically you could lose a big, you lose a lot of money, So I personally, like I said, I do a combination of both, right? Obviously, yeah, I'm looking to get in a trade, and I'm looking to, basically catch the biggest meat of the move as possible. But if I'm not feeling the market, or I'm just unsure, if the market is very like up and down, up and down, up and down, okay, well then the market is basically calling for a scalping strategy, which means now I have to basically transition a 15-minute chart to a 1-minute chart, and then basically take larger size and capture those smaller moves. And then I can basically build up my total P&L for the day, right? So if my profit target goal is like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, okay, well that just means that, you know, I can't take one lot and basically go from one lot and catch a 50-point move. I can basically do half the size and take 0.50 lots, or I could take 2 lots and they basically just get in and out, in and out, in and out, and then I basically build up my, you know, lot size for the day. And depending on the account size you use, if I'm using an ECN account then or STP account, then I basically don't have any commissions building up. Okay. So, you know, there are a lot of benefits for scalping. A lot of people like to shit on scalpers, but again, it's a good, quick, fast way. Especially a lot of people don't have the time, especially if they have a full-time job, right? So a lot of people don't have the time to sit there and watch the market all day or be in a trade. They got to go back to their job, or maybe they get like a 10, 15, 20-minute break, and then they get that 15, 20-minute break during, you know, the New York session, and they just want to be able to get in a trade, make $100 to $300 profit, less than 5 minutes, and be done on the day. Okay, so now obviously there's risk with everything, right? One of the risks of scalping is, you know, this is something that we don't want to ignore, is that scalping is high stress. So you're making fast decisions with real money on the line. You also need a broker with tight spreads, fast execution, which again, the broker that I use offers tight spreads and fast execution. So obviously this, you know, the strategy needs to be in line with, you know, your style of trading, you know, because as I mentioned, there's you know, also a lot of risk with overtrading. Overtrading leads to basically burnout and mistakes. So, you know, when you're only aiming for a few pips, one bad entry can basically wipe out, you know, multiple wins. So scalping rewards precision, but punishes those that are extremely careless. So it does take time to basically become like a scalping master, scalping pro. But again, it's like anything, the more you do it, the easier and better it gets. So, you know, is scalping right for you? Now, when I first started off trading, I basically like wanted to be like this, like a baseball player. I wanted to aim for home runs. I wanted to basically like, we'll use like $3, for example. I'd want to get in a trade at $3, and then it goes from $3 to $100. And then, you know, I'd be in a trade where I went from $3 to like $4, and then it dropped all the way back down to $3, and I didn't make any fucking money, or I ended up losing money. So I'm like, this is stupid. So I've learned to adapt along the way to always like pay myself and read the market. If the market's telling me, hey, this isn't like, there isn't that much momentum there from an A to Z standpoint, but from an A to B, A to B, A to B, A to B, it's constantly going from up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay, well then I need to basically adjust and basically switch into scalping mode. So is scalping your thing? Scalping is best for traders who obviously are very disciplined. They're able to make quick, confident decisions, have the time to be at their screens when the market moves, and understand, you know, risk management inside and out. So if you're, you know, still trying to figure out your style, right? You don't have to and don't have time to actually manage trades. This might be the best for you. Again, if you don't have time to manage your trades, then scalping might be the best thing for you. But again, you know, with trades, especially if you're using Trade Locker, you can always set your stop loss and take profit. So you can basically just set it, forget it, let it do its thing. So, you know, I always tell people, man, start off with a demo account, test your edge, test scalping, test the 1 minute, test the 15-minute, and just see if scalping matches your pace and mindset. So obviously, you know, guys, as mentioned, Forex scalping or scalping in general isn't for everyone, but for the right trader, it can be a powerful tool. And, you know, you can make a lot of money. There's a lot of guys I know that are just scalpers, and they absolutely make a lot of money day in and day out. A lot of people like to shit on scalpers, but then there's people out there that take trades and they hold them for days. And again, that's just something that, you know, I couldn't do as a trader. So, you know, if you found this video helpful and it kind of gives you a little bit more insight on scalping, you know, all I ask is like it, subscribe to this channel, drop a comment below, you know, your favorite style of trading, and I'll see you guys in the next one.